The city is just a click away.
Hi there and welcome back to Sports Talk. I'm right now in the studio. We have some members of the Cedar Falls High School basketball team. To my right, I have assistant coach, I should say, Ryan Schultz. And to his right, we've got a couple players, Matt Glenn and Matt Kleinhardt. Thanks, guys, for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely my pleasure. Now, first of all, Coach, I'd like complete honesty with this one. After you guys lost the majority of your starters from last year's state tournament team, could you have ever expected to come back and start the season 11-2 so far?
I have to be honest. I'm extremely pleased and happy at where we're at. I can't say that we expected this, no, at this point, but we knew we had a lot of guys coming back that would give us the work ethic that we needed to get to where we are now. So I think we were very excited about what we had, but with the lack of experience and lack of size, I'd say we feel pretty good about where we're at right now.
Mm-hmm. And was it tough recently? You guys took a tough loss to an Iowa City High team who, looking at the game on paper, it looked like you guys would probably be the better team. Was it tough taking that loss to them?
I think it was. You know, I mean, you never go into a game thinking that you want to lose a game or anything, but I think it spurred us on. The next day in practice, we had a good practice, and it's a testament of our kids how they respond to those things, and they responded well.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like this year's team, from game to game, it seems like there's always some different player who seems to be leading the team in scoring or rebounding. So talk about how this team seems to keep finding ways to win games this year.
Well, that's the beauty of our team right now, and you said it. We've had different guys step up on different nights. I mean, we've had Caleb Knesny had a great night the other night, a sophomore. Obviously, James Harrington and Andrew Worth, who a lot of people expect to take a scoring lead on our team. Matt Glenn, Matt Kleinhardt, it's different guys every night, and that's a real strength of ours, and I think it's tough to prepare for us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and you mentioned James Harrington, and obviously he has been a big part of the success of this year's team. So talk about how much he's been aided by the fact that he was able to come up and play varsity for the team last season.
Well, I think just getting that experience when you're young, being out there, kind of thrown into the mix early on, it was a tough position for him to be in last year, I think, but he responded so well. And I think anytime you can get some games under your belt early on, the better it's going to be for the next year.
Mm-hmm. And I'd like to hear from you guys as players, having a guy like James on the team and a couple other sophomores in Caleb Knesny and Tony Johnson as well. Talk about kind of gelling with those guys and having them be part of the team, really be a big factor as part of the team, even though they're younger than you guys.
Yeah, I guess I'll go first. Chemistry, I think, is a big part on a team, and I think our team gels pretty well. I mean, we all get along pretty well, and most of us aren't afraid to say what we feel to say, and they're the early part of practices, they didn't really know what to expect from Bardal because it's a big step from freshman ball to varsity, as you can expect. But we tried to tell them what to do and what to expect, and how to respond to things that Schultz and Bardal tell us, and I think they've been doing a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm. You'd agree chemistry has been a big part of it?
Yeah, I think our team gets along well, as Matt said, and also those sophomores, at first, they didn't know what to expect right away, but now I think they're doing a great job of playing their part, and they all bring great spots to our team. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And you guys this year have had a number of really hard fought and a lot of close games this year as well. So for you as players, what have been some of the most satisfying or some of the best victories for you so far this season?
East and West.
Yeah, East and West. I mean, you want to win those always, so.
Mm-hmm. Those are my funnest. And then Kennedy will be a big game, and Linmar will be another big game. And I think we play East one more time, so that'll be another fun one.
Some of those rivalry games coming down the stretch, those are the big ones.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, Coach, this is still just the second year that Coach Tom Bardal, he's been adjusting to the varsity program. So talk about that adjustment and how that's been going so far this season and last year.
Well, I think as far as an adjustment, he's had so much experience from the collegiate level coming to, he was over at West Waterloo, won a state title with Waverly, I mean, he's had all the experience in the world. So I don't think it's been a tough adjustment for him. For the players a little bit coming in, it's a new coach, and that's always going to take a little time, but I think everybody's adjusted very well to that.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking earlier, Tom Bardal, he used to be an assistant for Tim Floyd down at Iowa State University. So how have you seen him bring some of that success that he had at Iowa State and some of the success he had at that program to Cedar Falls?
I think the biggest thing, and something that I've learned from Coach Bardal, is just the preparation. I think the way he prepares our team to meet each opponent, is just one of his greatest strengths. I mean, we prepare differently for each opponent, and we really take a look at what they're showing in film, and he tried to take away their strengths, and I think that's what he does well.
Mm-hmm. Now, talk a little bit about the communication that you guys have to have as a coaching staff between you and Coach Bardal and Chris Divig, Nevin Conlon, kind of the lines of communication you have to make sure that you have that success going from the sophomores up to the varsity level.
I think that starts not just when the season starts. I think it starts in the summer, and it's a year-long thing. And there's a constant dialogue between the levels, and we're always talking about different players, what we're seeing as time goes on. So I think that communication is important. We do work very closely with our sophomore staff, and they do a great job with that too. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, coming from the coaching staff, what have been some of the other surprises that you've had this year, along with some of the sophomores on this team?
I would say just how quick we have picked things up as a team. I would say that's been a pleasant surprise for our coaching staff. Is just, you know, we didn't know what to expect, like we said, with our lack of experience with some of the new things that we were doing this year, and the kids have really picked that up very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Now, I'd like to hear from each of you guys individually. We've talked a little bit about how much success in the city of Cedar Falls we've seen out of the basketball programs between you guys, NU High, and the University of Northern Iowa. So I'd like to hear from each one, who do you think at the end of the season, who's going to have either the most wins or the best winning percentage between the programs?
Well, I'd like to say us, so, you know, if we keep working hard and keep winning, so.
Okay.
The most wins, I'm definitely going to say UNI because I think they play like 30 games and we play like 20, so I'm going to go with UNI. Yeah,
that's probably, you know, based on their schedule, yeah, they probably got the best chance to finish with the most wins.
I think I'll go with Matt on that one. I think UNI will get the most wins, but hopefully percentage-wise we'll be right up there with them.
Yeah, so. I mean, between all the programs, we've still just got 5 losses at this point, 2 for UNI, 2 for you guys, and 1 for NU High. So we've really been pleased to have so much success, you know, get a chance to watch a lot of good basketball around here. But we want to thank you guys for being with us today. It's been a lot of fun. We've had a good time covering you this season. We've been really pleased by your success that you've had so far, and we're hopefully going to be covering you down the stretch, coming over to the state tournament, hopefully. So thanks again for being with us, and that's the end of this episode of Sports Talk. We thank you for joining with us, and we'll hope to see you next time.